Okay, so this is for anyone who has an issue with this Yamaha RX-V1 AV receiver. It's a monster of a receiver, beautiful design and build. Now, one of the problems that everyone seems to talk about with this is the main out, main in connections at the back that are isolated when you plug phonos in. This is the said board, and you will see that in the bottom here you've got main in, main out, and I think center in, center out there. There are other connections for center, rear right, rear left that also can be connected out. Now the problem is that these are activated via a switch, and the switch is actually inside there. It's a small, it's not even a switch really, it's just two contacts. When you plug the phono plug in, the RCA plug, when you plug it in, it disconnects the preamp from the main amp and routes the preamp out, and in the other case it will route anything coming from another preamp to the main amps. So that's how it disconnects. In the old days they used to use links to do it, and then they came up with this brilliant idea. But I'm going to show you what it looks like after a few years and why people lose audio on this. So as you can see in this shot, I've taken one of the plugs apart so you can see what it looks like, and this is the part that contacts with the inside of the other side of the connector. So as you can see there, it's very dirty in here. All this is dirt. All the grey stuff is dirt, and also that is very dirty too. So you might be able to clean that out with deoxit with the spray, if you spray it enough, and get the phono, get a phono plug or a RCA plug, whatever you like to call it. And I've got an old one here that I use, and you could just put that in and try and free up some of this dirt that's on. Obviously they're not gold plated, connection's not going to be quite as good or last quite as long. So for all of you who have that problem with no audio, this is why you get an issue between the preamp and the main amp, because it relies on this contact being conductive inside that plug, and if the plug is not covered up, then it's going to get dirty. If you can get some caps to go over the end of these plugs, that would probably help and stop any dust from getting in there and causing problems in the future. Hope that's a help. I'll carry on with cleaning this up and see if we can get it fired up. It's a bit of a task, this one. This is where we're at the moment. It's a pretty clean unit, and there was some pitting along the copper plate here and on the copper plate on the bottom, but other than that the amp's in very good condition. All the LCDs work, the radio works, so I've managed to test all of that. I'm just gonna check the bias settings on the amplifier board before I put it back together, and we'll see how we go.